All right, welcome live to Jacksonville in the AT&T game break. I am Kurt Menefee, along with Terry, Howie, Jimmy, and a few of their closest friends out here as we take a look at scores from early games today in the NFL. And the Seattle Seahawks had to get a field goal from 42 yards out by Chris Brown with 3 seconds left in order to win 9-6 in Detroit. And the Philadelphia Eagles roll in Houston 24-10. Donovan McNabb, 314 yards passing, 141 of those to Dante Stallworth. Elsewhere, the Atlanta Falcons 20-6 over the Carolina Panthers. That one in the fourth quarter. And Reggie Bush in his Saints debut over 100 total yards as New Orleans is holding on to a 19-14 lead in that one. Other finals, the Cincinnati Bengals
are up by 5. The Saints started out beating up on the Cleveland Browns. A bunch of field goals by John Carney.
On the legs of Charlie
doing, and that was Frank Caliendo's upset pick, shockingly, as it may.
Well, there's Cincinnati wins,
yeah, exactly.
But the news is good on Trent Greenwee here. One other final, the New England Patriots had to come back from 17-7 down. Buffalo came out charging hard, but in the end, it was the Patriots getting the victory, 19-17 the final. And the St. Louis Rams trying to win the first game under Scott Linehan. They lead the Broncos 18-10. That one in St. Louis, 6 field goals by Jeff Wilkins, all accounting for the Rams' points. The Baltimore Ravens go into Tampa, blow out the Buccaneers 27-0. The Jets and Titans in a duel, 16-16, that one in the fourth quarter. Well, we talked about the great game that Reggie Bush is having so far, over 100 total yards. Why don't we let you see the finish of it yourself? Here's Ron Pitts and Terry Donahue.
For the New Orleans Saints, they got off to a great start. Bush, 163 total yards. And McAllister has done his part as well.
Ford Field in Detroit, they do get a 9-6 win, and congratulations to those of you in the fantasy football business that decided to play the Baltimore defense today. The Ravens over Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay, 27-0. We'll keep you posted on everything else as it shakes down, but right now we've got a building to break in here, Bill.
I'm almost at a loss for words. However, Josh, you'll soon find out that doesn't happen very often. Look at the stands. There is a noise level here in the desert that has never existed when you talked about the Cardinals. Look at the fans. Almost every other person in the stands has a Cardinals jersey on. It's as if it was a king without a country, and they found a country. These people have been almost literally dying to get a stadium built like this so they could support this team. And it is shown they will come out in controlled climate to support this Cardinals team. And if you talk to the players, they said, we finally feel like an NFL team.
Welcome inside, Phoenix. Welcome to week 1. Maurice Hicks with a bobble is revving it up. And Maurice Hicks is tripped up as he gets around the 20-yard line. The 49ers indeed will be sending it out and getting it going first with Alex Smith, last year's #1 pick in the draft out of Utah. It was a shade beyond baptism by fire for this guy last year. Until his final game of the year, Bill, he had 11 picks, 11 fumbles, 0 touchdowns.
Well, the fumbles had been actually an issue with him. When you talked about Alex Smith, they talked about fumbles. But with the new rule, with the quarterbacks allowing to bring their footballs with them that they prepare for during the week, he says it makes all the difference in the world. He didn't fumble at home last year. They were all on the road.
A lot of stemming around here from that Arizona front. You got Gore in the backfield, of course. More on him as we go, and he's going to find some room. Dashing, look at him, 40, and finally wrestled down past midfield. Welcome, Frank Gore, to week 1.
If you take a look at the big side of the line, the big side, Jonas Jennings and Larry Allen over here. This is Jonas Jennings and Larry Allen. They block down. Now you have Bertrand Berry on the outside alone. That's the right side end. He gets pushed down inside. That caves that side down. And here comes Gore out the back.
Pop quiz, which former Miami Hurricane ran for more yards per carry last year? Was it Gore or Edger and James? It was Frank Gore. That was a 32-yard gallop right there. 1st and 10. And Smith will roll out. With time fires and has his man Brian Gilmore. Let's meet and greet the rest of what the 49ers are all about. We mentioned Alex Smith, of course, at the controls. And you've already been on record here, Bill, saying that offensive line should help out this year. Larry Allen, the import, multi-time Pro Bowler, very important addition for them. We have heard from Frank Gore already. And I think you're going to hear a little bit from Vernon Davis, the tight end today, too. Second down 5. And again, it is Gore, the featured back. Alex Smith dropping. Alex Smith almost picked off. David Macklin stepping in front. Third down coming up.
Hit him in a bad spot, the hands. You know, they say if you can't catch, they put you on defense. They put you at safety or corner.
David Macklin, 13 career picks. 14 would have been sweet. They gotten his crowd right back into it. Third and 5. The first down make is the 37-yard line. Gore takes it and rumbles for that first down before he shoved out of bounds. They went shotgun and Gore scampered in front of that snap. Arizona
flag down.
Yep, flag down around the 33. Ed Hockley.
Holding. Offense number 81. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul to keep third down.
Antonio Bryant out there. See, when you run a draw play, you're selling pass. So the receivers are taking off downfield like they're in a route. Now he knows it's a draw. See where the hands are outside? Fistful of jersey. Great call.
That negates what would have been another Frank Gore led at first down. Third and 7. And again, that first down make the 37. Mike Nolan, son of Dick Nolan, who coached the Niners back in the 70s, trying to restore the glory in San Francisco. Smith with time. Good protection and goes underneath. Again, it is Gore, and this is the first down. Checking out what Arizona runs out there defensively. Their defensive coordinator, Quincy Pendergrass, raised on a farm here in Glendale, not far from where we're standing right now. Bertrand Berry, so important to have back. Linebacking core anchored by Gerald Hayes there in the middle. The secondary, a lot of people liking the upside of Antrell Roll. Of course, you've got a proven Pro Bowl type in Adrian Wilson at strong safety. On first down, Alex Smith walks away from the huddle.
Timeout, San Francisco.
Niners will talk it over.
That's
Having called
first.
timeout, we are scoreless here, christening a brand new stadium here in the desert.
Southwest Airlines fun fares are available every day to your favorite destinations starting at just $59.
You are now free to move about the country.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you'll feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
Looking for something.
Where's the gold?
I got tired of people taking it. So I got a Visa check card. And if this gets stolen, I'm not liable for any fraudulent charges. And I get all that money back.
Give me it.
No.
Give me the card.
No. Oh, look, a unicorn.
The Visa check card. Safer, better money. Life takes Visa.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike, it's like you're at the game.
I love the smell of a grass field.
That's your lawn, Troy. With Samsung DLP, it's not that hard to imagine.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
If you build it, they will come, or at least they will buy season tickets, Bill Moss. The Cardinals are sold out for the entire 06 season. Amazing. Two tight ends set. The 49ers have it first and 10 on the march to begin the 2006 season. Barnes battled the man in motion. And not a lot happening on the run play. Once again, Frank Gore doing the ball carrying.
And if you want to run the football, two guys to run behind that you won't mind running behind, and one of them is down on the ground right now. I was just getting ready to talk about the size, the girth of the left side of that offensive line, the free agent acquisition pickup this offseason of Larry Allen, who is the man down right now.
10-time Pro Bowl selection partner and a possible Hall of Famer. And the last thing the 49ers needed on the opening drive of 2006. They are punching it downfield, though. No score first quarter.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
When bold taste gets together with a clean finish, everybody has a good time. Budweiser Select. Brewed longer for a taste like no other.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here.
You don't know what you can find. Why do you come with me now? On a magic carpet ride. Close your eyes.
Now there's a new Friscata at Wendy's. The new Friscata Italiana. Like all genuine Italian sandwiches, it's served on freshly baked artisan bread, topped with real Genoa salami, lean ham, natural Swiss, roasted peppers, and sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. For an Italian original, go to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike, it's like you're at the game.
I love the smell of a grass field.
That's your lawn, Troy. With Samsung DLP, it's not that hard to imagine.
Powerful Larry Allen helped off the field, Bill Moss, and the 49ers needing improved offensive line play, trying to get protection for Alex Smith. That hurts.
All the shuffles that they've been through. One thing about offensive linemen, there's Larry Allen right there, is, you know, on a run play, his job is to maul and grind and drive the guy in front of you. The one thing you never know is what's coming in behind you. That time it was a running back and a defender making the tackle, took his knees out.
On 2nd and 8, they fake it to Frank Gore, and back across the field the other way. There's the first NFL catch for Vernon Davis, and the rookie from Maryland is in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers had only 17 catches from tight ends all year last year, and not a single touchdown, Bill. Here's the rookie, and here's a touchdown 3 minutes, 15 seconds into the season.
And San Francisco with the deception once again. Roll bootleg one side. Everybody on the line of scrimmage went right. The quarterback, Alex Smith, rolls out right. The one person that was on the right side, on a little drag out the back, slipped underneath the trap, came out the back end, was rookie tight end Vernon Davis, wide open and in for the touchdown.
Former Cardinals kicker Joe Nedney right down the middle with the extra point. And it's like the cone of silence has descended on this beautiful new stadium here in Phoenix.
More bars in more places. That's what people have come to expect from Singular. And now they can expect even more. Testing from the leading independent research company proves that Singular's all-over network has the fewest dropped calls of any wireless network. The fewest dropped calls. Proof that we mean what we say. Raising the bar.
Get full from Taco Bell's value menu.
Bruno, what is the holdup? I'm full. Not possible. You are hungry, Bruno. 9-time competitive eating champion. You don't get full.
8 half-pound burrito for warm-up.
Hungry Bruno, full!
Introducing Taco Bell's half-pound value menu lineup. Now fill up on any of 3 hefty half-pound burritos to keep your stomach and your wallet full. Think outside the bun.
You guys still playing?
How'd you do that?
Just a little something I picked up.
You must never spill the Bud Light!
And this is hard because... Gotcha.
Okay.
Sweet vest, dude. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Again!
Peter and the Yankees battle the hated Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Vernon Davis, a pretty excitable guy and very excited right now. This guy partnered during the introductions last week in the preseason game against San Diego. Took the field by doing a somersault. He's going to be pretty pumped up right now. He's just scored his first NFL touchdown. J.J. Arrington is back, former Golden Bear from the University of California. At the 20, slithers and keeps on going to the 28 or 29.
Well, you mentioned Vernon Davis. We'll go back and take a look at touchdown. Here's Vernon Davis. Now, he's going to block on the tight end as they sell bootleg. Watch everybody come out and sell bootleg. See the block? Now watch him slip through here and get open under traffic. Everybody's going right selling the bootleg. He blocks the end and then turns him over to Eric Johnson, the other tight end who was in the game, and slips through the traffic wide open.
Alex Smith has now thrown for as many touchdowns this year as he did last year. Kurt Warner under center, and now it's Arizona's turn, trailing by 7. And right away, Edger and James. Not much happening there. Of course, Kurt Warner in a snapshot, Bill. The future belongs to Leinart, but the present belongs to Kurt Warner. 35 years old, and as you said, a 2-time MVP.
Well, you're right about the future with Leinart. However, I don't think Leinart could be in a better situation. And I think that all young quarterbacks that get drafted to teams should have the time to learn, like Eli Manning did. Give them 6-8 games to sit on the sideline, get their house under order, get the newness out of being in the NFL underway, concentrate on football, learn from the veteran.
Harris was coming, but there's the completion to Brian Johnson, the third receiver on the field. All the attention, of course, goes to Fitzgerald and Bolden. Don't forget about Brian Johnson. For Arizona, that offensive line, there's been a lot of conjecture, Bill, about who would start.
Well, it's been, quite frankly, an Achilles heel for the Cardinals since they moved to the desert.
That's the 5 they're going with today. We mentioned Fitzgerald and, of course, Bolden and James. But, yeah, you know, Leonard Post, the rookie tight end, and Brian Johnson, they can make plays, too. That was a 12-yard gain, that last one. San Francisco with nickel coverage here on 1st and 10. Kurt Warner flings it. Has Larry Fitzgerald, another first down for Arizona. 17-yard pickup. Derek Smith in there to make the stop. You've got the veteran Brian Young anchoring that front three for San Francisco. And a linebacking core. Ulbrich and Smith there in the middle. As we said, Smith, a teammate of the late Pat Tillman's at Arizona State. Shawntae Spencer and Walt Harris, quarterbacks. Good luck to you guys today. There's a lot to contend with. James spinning, fighting his way forward.
You mentioned the offensive line. Weren't sure who was going to start. Well, how about Big Lou? How about Chris Lewinsky, 63? He gets waived on Saturday night by the Minnesota Vikings as a backup guard. Gets picked up, flown in here Sunday afternoon as the starting right tackle, has to go play against Bryant Young. Such is the luck in the NFL.
Fitzgerald, the man in motion on 2nd and 9, and that ball almost picked off. It was right there for the taking for Sammy Davis. And the reason that the Chargers got rid of Sammy Davis more than anything was exactly that, the dropsies.
Well, Kurt, see, these are option read routes, okay? You're reading the defense and what they have. And what he's supposed to do right here is break it to the inside. And Kurt Warner was throwing the ball to the inside.
Sammy Davis trying to make an impression. He is just back with the team, Bill. Became a dad for the 2nd time as of yesterday morning. Just got back to join the team last night.
Almost had another gift.
3rd and 9. Dime coverage, and Warner with a bobble. A bullet to Brian Johnson. 15-10. 1st and goal coming for Arizona. Nothing but featured receivers here in Arizona. This guy's the most overlooked.
Well, look at the bad snap. All the way out to the right of Kurt Warner. He gathers himself, gathers the ball, and keeps through it all his composure.
People sometimes forget Brian Johnson runs a 4.4 40. He is a serious threat to go vertical, and he almost took it all the way in. That was a 38-yard gain, his 2nd catch on the drive. 1st and goal. Edger and James stuffed. Mauled, as a matter of fact. And flags are flying.
I think they have too many men out there. They didn't get off the field. They didn't get enough. The 49ers had a guy running off the field. I don't think he got off the field in time.
$12 men on the field by defense. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Ed Hockley and his biceps of steel say it is so.
Well, what happens is when you have a big gain like that and you get inside the 5-yard line, you're not sure what offense is going to come out. You know, if they go with their heavy personnel, say their goal line offense, then you need to adjust and bring it. See all the guys running on and off the field right now for the 49ers?
Yeah.
They're running off, still running off over here. You know, you have to adjust and bring in your personnel.
1st and goal at the 2. 4 receiver set. Warner on the run. Heaves it. In there. Touchdown, Arizona. Troy Walters found his way through. 7th career touchdown for the 7th-year man out of Stanford.
The NFL has become a league of extending offensive plays. There's normally a time frame for each and every pass play. Kurt Warner, who's not known for his ability to be mobile, extends this play and allows the receiver to get open.
With a couple of 49ers closing in, Walters stood his ground. Both these teams have impressed on initial drives. Troy Walters answers here. And we've got a 7-7 tie at Cardinal Stadium.
Checking out this morning's traffic. It's gridlocked all the way into downtown. All 4 lanes are...
A new level of strength, a new level of quality. Introducing the GM 100,000-mile warranty, a new level of confidence.
You're gonna get what you need. Gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you need.
With courtesy transportation and roadside assistance, it's the best coverage in America from the biggest brand in America.
All they needed was a second chance. This Friday,
you want to start a football team.
Exactly. It's impossible. One man will find the courage.
Let's try the impossible.
To give it to them.
If you accept this challenge, when it's all over, we're gonna be winners. Now, prove to everyone out there that even though you're locked up, you are somebody.
The Rock.
We change, not losers, no more.
Gridiron Gang. Rated PG-13.
Fox NFL Sunday, sponsored by Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. By Gridiron Gang, in theaters September 15th, rated PG-13. By State Farm, great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. And by Chevrolet, America's brand, Chevy, and American Revolution.
Glendale, Arizona, where the building is the star. 63,000 seats, expandable to 73,000 for next year's Super Bowl and this year's Fiesta Bowl, both of which you will see, ladies and gentlemen, on Fox. Short kick. And that'll be one of the up men bringing it back. That'll be Michael Robinson, the rookie out of Penn State. Both teams so far, Bill, 7 play drives to get 7 points.
Well, week 1 is very hard to adjust to when you play in the NFL, because you know that all the film you're watching on the new players in the era of free agency through the preseason mean absolutely nothing. So you can't study tendencies, you can't get a feel for what the other team is going to do offensively, and you can't hone in on it defensively. So you're out there at the mercy of, well, just line up and see what they got.
From the 28, and Alex Smith looking. Now rolling, there's a flag down, hot pursuit, and he fires it to the sideline. Got to see about the flag.
Now this is coming from the head linesman, okay, and his responsibility is the tackle to his side or the end to his side, and I think he's going to get the young tight end Vernon Davis, quite frankly, for holding on that play. Either that or Jonas Jennings, whoever was on the end. I think it was Vernon.
Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Now don't get Vernon Davis' grandma all upset back in Washington, D.C. by calling his number like that.
Well, I won't, and that of course is Arlene, Adeline Davis, his grandmother, who she won't travel to the game. She won't go by plane. Heck, he said she won't even go up an escalator or down an elevator. She wants nothing to do with that. So he says he got her the NFL ticket, and she's at home watching it on the big dish, and she's watching. And no, there was a great touchdown by Vernon Davis. It wasn't holding, it was Jonas Jennings.
Make it 1st and 20. And Smith is going to need to talk it over. Play clock tripping down.
Timeout San Francisco.
49ers
That's
and the
second.
Cardinals on Fox.
I've lived my whole life on the Gulf Coast, but when Katrina hit, I ended up in Massapequa, New York.
Roseville, Michigan.
Dyersburg, Tennessee.
We ended up in Aniana, Alabama. They chartered a bus and drove 300 miles to get us out of there. They told us we weren't going to be comfortable till y'all get comfortable. Turns out Tom is not with the bus company. He's with State Farm.
Just lost everything. I mean, honestly, thank God for Anita. She asked me what I did for a living and found me a job.
Without Cheryl, we would have been on the street. That money helped me to be strong for my children, and I really thank State Farm for that.
Mike made 4 round trips from Oregon to Mississippi to bring us beds and supplies.
All across the country, State Farm agents have helped.
And every day, we continue to help those affected by Katrina.
People say New Orleans was the forgotten city, but I wasn't forgotten.
How would you thank somebody for saving your life and turning it back around again?
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp, finish clean. Stay cool in the heat. Gatorade Rain.
Tuesday on DVD. Bring home the film critics are calling explosive, riveting, the best thriller of the year. Lucky Number 11. Own it on DVD Tuesday. Rated R. Win a trip to Las Vegas for football's biggest game. Enter to win at lucky1111dvd.com.
Cardinal fans starving for winning football. The last winning season here, 1998. Their only winning season since '84. 1 winning season since Alex Smith was born. Put it that way. 1st and 20 from the 49ers' own 18. And Frank Gore banging his way forward. The 3rd member of our broadcast crew. Let's get it down to him for the first time. Hello, Kevin McCabe.
Hey, Josh, I tell you what, I talked to some of the 49er coaches before the game. They were concerned about the crowd noise in here, comparing it to, say, St. Louis or maybe Minnesota where they pipe in noise. It is loud down here, and the Cardinals don't seem bothered by it. They got used to it with 2 sold-out preseason games. Imagine that, sold-out preseason games. And Bill Moss, you nailed it. They've actually have the fans cheering for them as opposed to the old days in Sun Devil Stadium when it was usually half and half, mostly for the visitors. A lot of Cardinal fans. Josh, Billy?
Yeah, we're awash in all these Cardinal jerseys here. Ball comes loose. Gerald Hayes brings it back. And you know, if you would have been talking about a big play from somebody out of Pitt, you would have thought Larry Fitzgerald here in the first quarter. Gerald Hayes rumbles it down to the 5.
Well, you can expect nothing less from the fine University of Pittsburgh. An outstanding play like this, Josh. There's the wrap up by Huff. And as he spins around, when you're taught one person wrap, the next person strip. As a defensive coordinator, Clancy Pendergast just has to be excited as all get out, given the fact that that's how you draw it up. That's how you talk. That's what you talk about all through training camp. When you come out of camp, there's Clancy there. I tell him, good job. You get the wrap up, and then everyone else come by and strip the ball.
Listen to this crowd now on 1st and goal from the 5. Edger and James powering his way right to the goal line. Now remember, last year, only 2 rushing touchdowns all season for this Arizona team. The defense allowed 22. The offense came back with 20 fewer. Edger and James is supposed to change that dynamic.
Eligible. 96 is eligible.
I'm still amazed.
96.
Amazed at the crowd and the people that supported and have supported, probably in the closet, this Arizona Cardinal franchise until they built this structure.
James with a leap. No call yet.
I believe that ball broke the goal line from where I stand here.
Larry Fitzgerald said touchdown, but he doesn't have an opinion that matters. Third and goal.
Take a look at the goal line and watch the ball as he extends. No. That was a big hit by Schabel. The rookie.
Challenge flag is down, and we should point out that it came out with authority from the sideline.
Well, our pregame crew was all over that. How it should be thrown.
Arizona's challenging the ruling on the field, but the runner was short.
That red flag was heaved all the way out near the hash marks.
Well, I believe that the call came from upstairs down to the sidelines to Denny Green before our replay just showed it, because I think that was a great shot of the replay showing that the ball was not extended over the goal line.
The inability to actually get 6 points when you had goal to go last year was such a big thing here for the Arizona Cardinals. They settled for 3 instead of the 6 so many times.
Well, you can challenge it there, but when you have a running play like this, it's where the momentum of was stopped. His momentum was stopped, and he fell to the ground. When he fell to the ground, the ball was on his chest, and then he extended it forward. By that time, he had already been down. Watch, to the ground, ball in his chest, and the ball has not broken the goal line until there, when he was already down. And I think unless you have, well, I know, unless you have conclusive visual evidence that the rule on the field is going to stay. And I don't think there's anything in that group of replays that we just saw that would overturn the call on the field.
7-7 tie for now. By the way,
that's not a hat on a dashboard.
I was going to say that looks like a prop.
Well, yeah, he's in there. There he is.
Gore has already run 5 times for 48 yards. He's had a fantastic first quarter, but the other running back out of Miami, the more famous Edger and James, 4 carries, 5 yards. Here we go.
The ball is not visible until after the players come to the ground. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands as called. Arizona's charged with a timeout. It's 3rd down.
Dock him a timeout.
Well, and that's it. There was nothing to overturn the call on the field. And he was down on the ground. Any part of your body hits the ground and your momentum is stopped, you are down there. And if the ball has not crossed the goal line or broken the plane of the goal line, then it's where it's marked. There's a great job by officials. 100% correct all the way around.
The big rookie, Schabel, is going to line up as a fullback here for Edger and James.
How about
kind of a battering ram.
Well, he is. He's a defensive end. He's the one that got the push.
They've been using him on special teams, too.
He was in there to play before, and he was the lead guy. He was the one that got that push to get some of the momentum. There he is.
The edge, diving, this time, touchdown.
Marty Schottenheimer used to tell us, Josh, remove all doubt. Don't let it become a challenge. Don't let it in someone else's hands. Don't let anybody else decide your future. Remove all doubt. Edgerrin James, he just removed all doubt.
He has only 6 yards on 5 carries in his Arizona debut, but he has found the end zone. And that is something that happened only twice from running backs all year last year for the Cardinals. Arizona was down 7. They are now leading 14-7.
Can't talk now.
He's got
busy. I can't get that. I'm in the zone over here. Hee-haw.
You know how FedEx helped us with all our shipping needs? Overnight, ground, even the heavy stuff. And with fast, reliable deliveries and flexible pickups, I don't think Scott's gotten used to not being so busy.
Work, busy bee!
Grow your business with customized shipping solutions from FedEx.
What exactly does this class teach?
How to be a man.
It is time to kill or be killed.
His lessons are tough.
Spread out!
His methods are ruthless.
We know you broke him.
I know these guys. They're not cops.
But his students...
I really like your hair. Wrong answer. Who's next?
...are not going to take it anymore. From the director of Old School, Billy Bob Thornton, John Heder with Ben Stiller.
In the knee. Oh, damn.
School for Scoundrels. Rated PG-13.
Tell us what you're into, and that's what goes into your Dell. Gaming, heading back to school, music, editing? No problem. We'll match the right hardware and software to fit your needs. Call or go to Dell.com today to custom build your Inspiron notebook with an Intel Core Duo processor. Because at Dell, we don't build technology for just anyone. We build it for only one. You. Dell. Purely you.
The NFL and United Way have been helping to strengthen America's communities for years. Maybe you can give us a hand. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Arizona unable to get it in the end zone in the first quarter of any game last year, Bill. They've done it twice in the first quarter of week 1 this year.
When they scored, I was just saying, when the heck was the last time the Cardinals scored 14 points in the first quarter? They didn't score any points in the first quarter in all of 05.
Not with a touchdown, they didn't, and they've got 2 of them to lead 14-7. Here's Maurice Hicks. Maurice Hicks wrapped up. That's another improved element here in the desert, that special teams. Denny Green talking to us about that.
And he went back to his old friend, his longtime friend, special teams coach up in Minnesota, Gary Zahner. And that's who he turned to. He said, I need improvement on kickoff coverage, on punt coverage. And when you talk about winning the special teams war, whatever you get on your return game is okay as long as you give up less on their return game. And that's when it comes to the importance of kickoff coverage and punt coverage comes into play. Gary Zahner has this good flying.
And that was Nick Milligan, brought in from San Diego, Pro Bowler. The slant complete to Arnez Battle as the 49ers look to move the chains. Let's go to Chris Rhodes for an update for the first time. What you got, Chris?
Hello, Chris.
Hello, guys. Well, a lot of scoring in Jacksonville as well, but all courtesy of the Cowboys. Julius Jones in from 23 yards out. Also, T.O. a couple of catches, so that should keep him quiet at least until the second quarter. Cowboys up 10 over the Jags. Back to Josh and Bill out in the desert, guys.
Hi, Chris. Thank you very much. And again, indoors where the building has become the star. The new stadium taking this franchise, which has always had the smallest season seat base in football, has made these tickets now impossible to get. Frank Gore trying to run that stretch, couldn't get around to the outside. That was 1st and 10 from the 33. and a gain of 3 to bring up 2nd and 7.
And right now it looks like Clancy Pendergast and this defense of the Arizona Cardinals has caught on and is on top of what the 49ers are doing. The 49ers in their first drive used a couple trick plays, if you will. Direct snap to Gore, and then the slide out and the bootleg to the one side and slip Vernon Davis out the other side to get open. And since then, since those 2 plays, they haven't really had anything without the trickery. And this defense of Arizona has kind of caught on to what they're doing.
Michael Robinson is in, but he was only out there to block. They get the pass away instead to Vernon Davis. Ball comes loose.
Arizona ball.
That's the call. The rookie coughs it up at the 40.
And Vernon Davis is going to be upset with himself naturally. That's not what he wanted to do. However, when you're trying to give your team a spark and get your team something, when you're backed up and it's 2nd down and it's forever, and it's a pass out to the flat, he's trying to get more yards after the catch. But the first thing he's going to find out, and in this league, you got to take care of the rock, because you will not win games in the long term. You will not go to the playoffs if you turn over the rock.
Calvin Pace scraped it loose. Darnell Dockett recovered the 2nd 49er turnover. 1st and 10 from the 41 for Kurt Warner and the Cardinals. Already leading 14-7. Edgerrin James hurdling for 2.
And when you look around the NFL and you talk about the statistics of the NFL, which I was just talking about, the chances for your team to win when you're -2 in the turnover ratio right now, which San Francisco is, they're -2, and being on the road, the chances for you to win a football game are almost nil. Almost nil.
Well, especially when you've got the crackling electricity that this new building has brought forth. This isn't just any road game. Ryan Johnson, the man in motion, already has a big first quarter. Flips forward to the 31-yard line, close to that first down make. You've got Leonard Pope. Both rookie tight ends have now been involved in this game. Leonard Pope with not as celebrated, I suppose, as Vernon Davis, but a guy they hope to get involved. He's 6'8".
I am not feeling the moment. I am not caught up in the exuberance and the jubilation here at this new complex. When I studied tape of the Arizona Cardinals offense this preseason, through the preseason, and I got to camp and I watched them practice, this team is going places this year.
James is buried, absolutely smoked. Marcus Douglas came over there and put a whooping on him.
The offensive firepower that this unit has, although it didn't display, didn't show on that play.
Pay no attention to this. Just keep going.
Yeah, you know, Edgerrin James, we talked about earlier, offensive line's been Achilles' heel.
Yeah.
For this group since they've been out here. They're trying to get the people in place to maintain them there and keep them there for a long time so that they work together. Edgerrin James works with this group every single day and pushes them every single day.
James is out right now. That was Bolden from out of the field. Warner being harassed. Guns it. And a diving catch by Larry Fitzgerald. He got it.
Extending the play. Now we have a flag down back here by where the pass was thrown. And that was thrown by, I believe, Ed Hockley.
Mike Adams had a hit, big hit on Kurt Warner.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's
defense
it.
number 20. Yeah. Helmet-to-helmet contact with the quarterback.
Helmet-to-helmet.
Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
I think you're going to have the safety, Mike Adams, number 20. Watch this. Now, Kurt extends the play. You don't think of this when you think of Kurt Warner. But watch him buy time for his receivers to get open. There's the blow, helmet-to-helmet by Mike Adams. And that catch by Larry Fitzgerald is just what Larry Fitzgerald is all about. Kurt Warner said when we talked in the meeting, he'd rather throw the ball behind Larry Fitzgerald because he'll come back and get it.
James again looking for that stretch to the outside, but again the 49ers are pretty quick. Chad Williams racing over to make the stop. Take you back 2 plays ago here, partner.
Here's Fitz up top. Watch Larry Fitzgerald. Watch him work. There's his pattern. There's the end. Now he sees him scramble. Now he heads towards the end zone. The ball's underthrown. Watch him work his way back. You talk about the antithesis of wide receivers in this league. Right here in Arizona, they've got him. Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden, they're all about work. You don't hear a word from these guys. All you see is work.
Kurt Warner not seeing much pressure. Has time. Looking, lobbing, end zone. Touchdown, Bolden.
If a guy could get an extension on life, like Kurt Warner extends plays, or has thus far today.
Warner is 7 for 8 for only 25 yards, but a couple of scores.
21 points in the first quarter.
This is a team that last year in the first quarter, Bill, had 27 points all year on 9 field goals. They could not score a touchdown at all last year in the first quarter. They've got 3 today.
Well, the one thing Dennis Green talked about last year, he said they've lost 5 games last year, all the playoff teams, all due to the fact that they had to settle for field goals and not touchdowns.
Walt Harris tried to paddle that one away, but had no shot. Anquan Bolden, who has had a couple big games against the 49ers in the past. He had a total of 19 catches for close to 300 yards in the 2 games played last year.
Red zone, well, that's the new area right there behind the end zone at the far end of the stadium. And that's the areas that used to be problematic, if you will, for the offense and the defense of the Cardinals. Not today. The red zone should be gold zone because it's all cash there, but all cash.
You know, it's a sign, that huge sign almost taunts the Cardinals in a way because of their red zone ineffectiveness last year. They're staring this entire quarter, Bill, and a stark reminder of where they need to get better this year. It says in huge letters, red zone.
Will you listen to this crowd?
Not the same old, huh?
It's amazing.
Hicks is back. Rackers with the kick.
You know,
that was some kind of block there. Did you see that? And able to spin forward was Hicks. Late first quarter, Arizona leading by 2 touchdowns. And this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, the defending World Series champion White Sox trying to improve their playoff chances. They'll take on the Oakland A's. A possible postseason preview. Coverage begins at 1 Pacific. Right here on Fox.
And it's getting to be about that time of year. Huh?
The overlap.
Fall baseball? Yeah. No, fall. Whew, that's good stuff. I know you're involved in it too, Josh.
It's all good right now. This is the most, with apologies, Christmas, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Right now.
Okay, Jim Gardner.
Running left. And Frank Gore, who again has been running well in this first quarter. Not able to get too much right there. That's 7 carries for 51 yards in the first quarter for Frank Gore.
You know, you look around the stadium and you see these people. And you might drive down the highway, you'd be open area, and you say, you know, I know there's a lot of people that live here,
right,
but you don't know it until you put in a Walmart Supercenter. And by gosh, then you'll know how many people are in an area. This is it right here. Look at it.
Now they put in a Taj Mahal.
And they came.
Black Eyed Peas performing right before the game started.
Let's get it started.
And Gore trying to get some back. Down the sideline he goes. Wiggles all the way up to the 40-yard line. He shoved out of bounds as we get to double zeros in the end of the first quarter. Yeah, let's get it started indeed.
That's the end of the first quarter.
The Cardinals sure have. 21-7, they're up, and we're back after a word at Thunder Local, Fox Station.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But, Coach, what's the point of the silver ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this silver ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
He's got nothing but
open
field ahead of him.
You spent all Sunday watching games on the tube.
Spent all Sunday watching games on the tube.
But you missed 85 and there was nothing you could do.
Nothing for you to do.
So here's a suggestion from a real good friend. You can check out the games on the NFLN.
NFL Replay. The 4 best games from Sunday, replayed on NFL Network with bonus material. Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 games per night.
NFL Replay on the NFL Network.
I've got a brilliant idea. Football with flags.
Flags?
Flags.
Flag football has come a long way. NFL Flag is the #1 football league for boys and girls. Sign up now at NFLrush.com. Flags?
Flags.
Did you see that?
Best dramas on television are on the new Fox Tuesday. First at 8, it's the strangest case House has ever encountered.
Alien DNA? That's impossible.
But the real mystery is beyond belief. An all-new House. Then at 9, strap yourself in.
Somebody hijacked a plane?
Try 100. Someone just took air traffic control.
For the high-stakes world of FBI negotiators.
You want hostages? I'll give you hostages.
Standoff. All new. It all starts at 8/7 Central. Fox Tuesday.
Jeez, that's a big truck.
Yeah. I want to know. What's with you and these pancakes? Hey, bro.
It has the world's biggest cab. The all-new Dodge Ram Mega Cab.
Where's the truck?
Yeah, it's that big.
It's a 3-tortilla first quarter. 21-7 Arizona. 1st and 10 now from the 40, though, for San Francisco. And look at this piece of trickery. Racing around is Brian Gilmore. And Gilmore has a seam. He'll spin out of bounds at the 21-yard line. There's a flag down.
Yeah, hit laid out of bounds.
Now the former Arizona Cardinal, Brian Gilmore, doing the heavy lifting right there, taking it on the trick play around the left side.
Well, and again, you mentioned the word trick play. And except for one run by Gore, it's pretty much all that San Francisco has been able to muster up offensively. And as a defensive player, that really gets under your collar. You really get hot under the collar when you're playing the game the way it should be played, and they're going to do this to you. Defensive guys will come up and they'll lay a little extra on you when you're near the sidelines.
By the way, Adrian Wilson has just come out. Aaron Fransisco is in at free safety now. And Brian Gilmore, who really has established himself more as a special teams player in this league, he's trying to do things like this. There's Griffith with the bump.
After the runner was out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 34.
Griffith.
Half distance to the goal,
Griffith's a
first
long-time
down.
vet. 13 years. You know, he's saying, yeah, it was me. I did it. Sorry, it's on me.
Great discussion.
Think Vernon Davis is having any fun?
Well, I think he's heading to the locker room to get checked out here. You know, they were looking at his ribs before. He had his shirt up. They were working on him when he got in that pile up when he fumbled the ball.
It's going to be Eric Johnson in instead of Vernon Davis now. Hip contusion, we are told. And by the way, updating on Larry Allen's status, a sprained knee. Not known if he'll return in this game. Remember, he left pretty early on. Badgema, the tight end, in motion. Play action. Smith firing across his body. Johnson, the tight end, slips and goes down at the 7.
Eric Johnson's an interesting story. You know, here's a guy that missed all of last year, primarily. And when you miss the inaugural year of the head coach, it really doesn't matter what you did in the past, because in 2004 he had a franchise record for tight end catches, and he had a heck of a year. But then he got injured in last year, and Mike Nolan wasn't really sure what he had with Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson went to Mike Nolan in the offseason and said, look, I know where I stand, and I'm going to do everything I can to prove to you I'm a guy that wants on this team.
Bryant is wide left. Smith was trying to find him and couldn't. Gets rid of it as he throws. Adrian Wilson, by the way, is back in the game. He was covering on the other side.
We got a late flag.
Third and goal coming up.
There's been a lot of jawing going on outside. And who's over there is Eric Green, 25. He's the corner. He's been playing for David Macklin. I'm not sure what happened.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness defense, number 25. Half the distance to the goal.
But he and Antonio Bryant, 81, the wide receiver for the 49ers, have been going at it nonstop. Here's these two guys right here.
The play, remember, is on the other side of the field.
Well, the second guy's the guy that always gets caught. See that?
Yeah.
And the shove actually came from Bryant at the very end of the route of the play. That shove, like, get off me, man. And then you get in each other's face, then the push. The second guy is the guy that gets caught.
If you wear that number for this team, you got to be able to talk a little bit, right? 81.
You would think so.
Two tight ends.
Although that jersey may be all talked out.
That whole act may be all talked out. Frank Gore pushing his way. Touchdown, San Francisco. And it's a ball game again.
That's a hard run. You know, watch Gore. And you talk about determination. Yeah, and your feet never stop going. He looks like he's going to the ground. He puts his arm down, catches himself on the ground, and keeps the feet turning. Right here, down. His hand goes down, and he just keeps churning. Great second effort by Gore.
Oh, remember, they committed fully to him this preseason. They dealt Kevin Barlow to the Jets. Gore ended up with the second-best preseason rushing average in the entire NFC. Strong in the preseason, outstanding here when it counts here in week 1. 8 carries, 56 yards. And Gore has sliced that Arizona lead to 21-14 on Fox.
Pickup and SUV. Gasoline and E85 ethanol. Haul and tow. The all-new 2007 Chevy Avalanche, the most flexible vehicle out there.
Freshly baked artisan bread, real Genoa salami, lean ham, sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. Introducing Wendy's Frescata Italiana. For an Italian original, go to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
Are coming too.
Introducing Red Zone Deep Cleansing Body Wash. The active formula with microbeads. Cleans deep down to the pore.
I thought you said he was a fan.
Old Spice Deep Cleansing Body Wash. Nothing cleans deeper.
Boog, are you awake?
I am now.
Awesome.
On September 29th,
The hunters are here.
Hunters!
the fate of the forest,
Come on, let's go.
is in the hands of Boog and Elliot.
I ain't going out without a fight.
Did he say the F word?
Martin Lawrence,
Now let's kick some hunter bahookie.
Let her rip.
Ashton Kutcher,
Refuse Y'all are crazy.
open season, rated PG. Also in IMAX 3D.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Wendy's new Frescata Italiana sandwich. Do Wendy's, do what tastes right. By Radio Shack. By FedEx for all your shipping needs. And by Chevrolet, America's brand. Chevy, an American revolution.
The Arizona fans fired up to see 21 points on the scoreboard, no doubt about it. But the 49ers are back with 14.
49ers, pretty impressive drive there. And you know, last year, all of last season, only 39%. I'm sorry, 39%, 40% of all offensive series were 3 and out. 3 plays and out.
J.J. Arrington, a little bit of room, past the 35 up to the 37.
And here's a team, you know, you talk about growing 2 young teams and putting the pieces of puzzles together for both sides. Well, there's a big step I think they just took. You know, they were able to sustain drives, to get first down, to keep the chains moving, as they say.
Well, 77 times, partner, they went 1-2-3 punts last year. Only one other team in football, the Eagles, had even 55 3-and-outs. 49ers had 77.
Is that amazing? It's amazing. And look where they've started already today. So, improvement, you can see it right there.
Whistles as Warner came to the line.
Timeout San Francisco. That's their 3rd and final
49ers
timeout.
now out of timeouts. They'll talk it over. Down 7.
Three screens, wireless, broadband, and TV are coming together. Another innovation from AT&T, helping you make the most of your world. The passion to invent, the drive to deliver. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Stop by Radio Shack, your home for Sirius satellite radio, where right now you can pick up a Sirius Sportster replay with Car Kit and start enjoying NFL coverage 24/7, 365 days a year. Only at Radio Shack.
Here.
Come on, save yourself.
Tonight at 8, Fox rewrites history with the 4 Fathers of Comedy. On the Simpsons season premiere, someone's getting a dirt nap.
Dirt nap, eh?
Then at 8:30, American Dad is back to protect the homeland.
I hope this is sweat.
2 season premieres starting at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
13:27 left before halftime. The 49ers have burned all 3 of their timeouts. And now nickel coverage here for the 49ers as the Cardinals go to work 1st and 10. Revving it up from their own 36. Play action here for Warner. And Fitzgerald trying to come back on it. Could not. Shante Spencer, who played against Fitzgerald all the time in practice in college at Pitt. Mark Roman over there too.
Well, yeah, the thing about it is fans up here, pass interference, body contact. It would have been, it could have been, if the ball were catchable. But see where that ball is? The ball was so overthrown, that body contact right there nullifies any kind of pass interference.
Interesting to hear Shante Spencer talking to us yesterday about how to counteract, how to counterpunch Larry Fitzgerald, if that's at all possible.
Well, they played together at the University of Pittsburgh together, so they got a pretty good feel for each other, and Shante Spencer knows he's going to have to compete.
Ball comes loose, and the Cardinals appear to be back on it. They are. Chris Lewinsky had to dive on it. Vernon Davis is back out of the tunnel and heading to the sideline.
Oh, the miracles of modern medicine. Huh? You know, you go in this door here limping and come back out running. It's amazing.
You're Superman. Got 3rd and 15 coming up here. First down make is right around the 46-yard line. Warner so far 7 of 9. 4 receivers at his disposal here. Johnson, the leading receiver so far, and this will be blown dead.
6 DBs in for San Francisco 49ers.
False start, offense, number 75, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That is Leonard Davis, who last year, and this is something that absolutely has to stay a storyline, unfortunately, for Arizona. Last year, he was flagged for 12 false start penalties, most in the league by far.
Well, I think Big Leonard, you know, He's probably better suited to be a guard, given the size. You know.
But number 2 picks aren't supposed to go to guard, though, right?
Hey, he didn't pick himself number 2. Okay. You know, Big Leonard Davis is in the vicinity of 370 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to get that big body going backwards fast and soon.
3rd and 20. Over the middle, dropped. Larry Fitzgerald, that's a rarity.
Yeah, you're not going to see that often. You're not going to see that often.
Last year tied for the league lead in receptions, a franchise record 103.
Here's Larry.
Now, what is it called when the ball is turned over on downs and some dude comes out on the field to kick it? Oh, a punt. We haven't seen one of those today.
This guy's been punting for a long time.
Scott Player. That is Arnaz Battle under it. He is bumped and then he goes down at the 35-yard line. 49ers, who trailed 21-7, have it back to 21-14. Back on offense in a moment.
How is it possible? Millions of tiny mirrors on something so small. I've never seen anything so colorful, so clear, so real. Have you? It's amazing. It's the mirrors. We have to show everyone.
HD TV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is of the easy.
3, 2, 1.
Of the easy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
Dishing out his double whopper. Triples too. All season long.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by HD TV powered by DLP. It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
The new stadium taking this franchise, hopefully, to great heights. Let's go down to the sidelines for Kevin McCabe.
Now, the Cardinals actually feel like they have home field advantage for the first time. Literally, innovative field here. They grow the grass outside. They wheel it in on a big tray, like a big tray of brownies, and it actually sits 4 feet above the ground. Look at this. You got guys working under the ground while the game is going on here. Hopefully, they're Cardinal fans. They're not reaching up and tackling anybody.
It's just nice seeing Kevin McCabe dry doing a sideline report.
No pitting up into here. Very comfortable. Gore trying to barrel his way forward. Picks up a couple here on first down. And you know what? He never did give up, did he? Kept on going. Here's a time-lapse look, as it was so richly described as a brownie pan being loaded into the oven. That sounds pretty good.
That's how it rolls in here. Actually, there's 72 1-horsepower motors on this car. They just rolls right in. I know it looks like a bunch of little ants sewing right there. Maybe a scarf. But that's it rolling very slowly straight into the stadium.
The sheer physics of it are mind-boggling. Smith rolling. Chased. Fires. Out of bounds. And you had Arnaz Battle being climbed on.
Yeah, he was.
Roll.
Yeah, he was.
Pressure from Chike O'Keefer as well.
Well, yeah, the back is going to slide over there and try to pick up on protection. See that? When you have the back on a defensive end, you take what you're going to get out. You're not expecting him to stone him and keep him stalemated for the rest of the play. He's kind of more along the lines of a speed bump.
3rd and 3. Got to get the ball to the 45. A 3-receiver set. And the rookie Robinson now in the backfield for San Francisco. That is Michael Robinson, the former Penn State quarterback, and he is pounded back at the 40-yard line.
Didn't quite understand that call.
Adrian Wilson had it smelled out just fine.
Well, you know, when you have third and manageable, which to me is 3rd and 3 or less, and what they were. You know, that's a quarterback's dream. That's what you try to get your quarterback in. Every offensive coordinator in the league is trying to get their quarterback to 3rd and manageable because it's an easy down to win. You can throw it anywhere.
Andy Lee, another Pitt guy in this game. And a fair catch from Walters at the 18-yard line. 21 for Arizona, 14 for the San Francisco 49ers.
The 2007 Chevy Tahoe. It has an available 320 horsepower. With the best fuel efficiency in its class. Tahoe, the power to give something back. That's an American revolution.
I'm told that I'm very photogenic.
From the director of Scarface.
No reporters view the body.
Comes the untold story of the greatest unsolved murder in history.
Who killed the Dahlia?
The Black Dahlia. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I am no one.
Okay, PC, what are you...
Listen, friend, it's not very safe for me right now, you understand? There's a lot of spyware out there. It sneaks into your system, follows you wherever you may go. In fact, take these.
No.
They'll keep you safe.
PC, honestly, I don't need them. Really, I'm good. I run Mac OS 10, so I don't have to worry about your spyware and viruses. You take them.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should have a backup anyway.
Yeah.
You never saw me. Never saw who? Me, PC. Oh! Ah!
Fox tomorrow at 8. The entire country is looking for them.
Hold on! It's back!
The net is tightening.
There's no going back.
And we guarantee somebody's going down.
You are going back to Fox River today.
An all-new Prison Break at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Brad Garrett's new hit comedy proves in marriage, everything is negotiable.
If you let me buy the patio furniture that I want, I am all yours.
How bad is this patio furniture?
Till Death, all new at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
For Arizona, a new look in the backfield this year in many ways. The gold teeth, the talent, the man who convinced the Cardinals to ditch the white shoes. Since being selected 4th overall in 1999, no running back has gone for more yards than Edgerrin James, and he is now an Arizona Cardinal.
And right now he's sporting a whopping 4 yards on 8 attempts.
Yeah, but look at the shoes, though, Bill.
Stop.
Edgerrin James will cut it and have a little bit more room than what he's accustomed to. He plows his way to the 25. The first down make the 29.
That's the play. That's the play that he runs, the stretch play. That's what he does. That's what he did in Indianapolis. Get him out to the outside and let him cut back. These guys are all going to come lateral. See that lateral step? See how they're all moving that way? That's the stretch play. Very popular, made popular by the Denver Broncos and what they run. And then, of course, it went down to Atlanta, and they run it down there. Now teams are adding it. Indianapolis has run it. But with the size of those offensive linemen, I don't know how long they can continue to get out there flat. Denver has small linemen. Atlanta has small linemen. These guys are huge.
Again, trying to stretch it, this time tumbling inside for the first down make. And, you know, we've kind of talked about it already. There are so many University of Miami running backs doing outstanding things in this league, from Willis McGahee to Clinton Portis, and the two guys in this game. Right now, Frank Gore has been outshining Edgerrin James.
Frank Gore's a hard runner. I mean, I think that's the one thing you can say. And his name kind of matches, if you will, his running style. I mean, he's a Gore. He's going to Gore out yards any which way he can.
And the edge head scorer of all things, right tackle right. It's perfect. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold. Larry Fitzgerald to the 40, right at that first down stick. As we move to 8:50 remaining here in the second quarter, 21-14, Arizona. And looking at the spot here, might be about a half a yard short. Yeah, 9-yard gain. And in this game right now, just looking at what Warner's doing, 8 of 11, 118 yards, couple of touchdowns. Brian Johnson, though, the leading receiver, not Fitzgerald, not Bolden.
Well, when you take away the 2, they've got a third one for you.
Quick little hitter to Fitzgerald, and he is forward for that Arizona first down. Derek Smith able to make the tackle on Fitzgerald, and of course Larry Fitzgerald, partner, was a big play guy last year. 27 catches, going for 20 yards or more.
Right.
Fitzgerald and Bolden, as you mentioned, the guys that get all the publicity seems, but yeah, don't forget about the guys like Johnson and Troy Walters.
I just think when you talk to these guys and you listen to them, the one thing I said, does it bother you when you see and hear all the things that surround all the other wide receivers that you continually hear about in the media?
Warner dropping on 1st and 10.
He's got him.
Zings it over the middle. Larry Fitzgerald, and there's one of those big-time Charlie plays we're talking about. That one goes not quite for 20, but for 18.
Well, in order for there to be a pass that long, first thing you have to look at up front is the protection. And it's the pocket. See how the pocket is formed? There's even a linebacker blitz that gets picked up. There's a pocket there for the quarterback to sit comfortably in and wait for his receiver, Larry Fitzgerald, who is one-on-one with Shante Spencer, 2 pit guys battling each other, to get open. And he placed the ball perfectly.
1st and 10 from the 38. Fitzgerald suddenly 5 catches for 73 yards this afternoon. Over the middle it goes, and there's the other guy. There's Troy Walters. You know, Larry Fitzgerald gets all the pub for being the former Minnesota Vikings ball boy. Troy Walters had that gig before Fitzgerald had it.
And his father was a coach up there as well under Denny.
That's pretty amazing, though. The Cardinals, the only team carrying 4 wide receivers on its roster. Half of them, Bill, are former Vikings ball boys. Walters and Fitzgerald, not quite Bolden yet. Johnson has had a big day, too.
I like this group of receivers. I mean, not only they're very talented, I just like what they're about. I like what they stand for as players and teammates.
There's that stretch play you're talking about. And Edgerrin James smashing down inside the 20 near the 18. Derek Smith, another tackle.
Back to what I was alluding to about the wide receivers. Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald, they're like, we know what they're talking about. I mean, hey, but we want the ball too. and if you're a wide receiver, you do want the ball. You know, I understand that. But it's how you go about it. And what Larry Fitzgerald said best sums it all up. He said, you know, we want the ball just as bad as they do. But we're not going to embarrass our teammates, our quarterback, our coaches, and ourselves in the quest to get it.
Warner handing it off, and Edgerrin James trying to escape. First down make is just about to the 15. Got to get to the 15 and a half, and Bryant Young made sure that wouldn't happen.
Bryant Young will make sure things won't happen to his side. B.Y.'s been around, obviously, a long time. Here he is, 97, playing over the guard, and he gets up and inside Milford Brown. You see, when you get on the shoulder of a guard, and that's where B.Y. is really comfortable. Down inside, like an under tackle, a 3-technique tackle on the outside shoulder of the guard. When they have him lined up outside over the tackle, that's really not his forte.
3 receivers set. Warner looking for Fitzgerald and couldn't get it to him. Shante Spencer again on the coverage. Pitt on Pitt.
Well, he also had a safety help in there too.
Yeah.
And the safety made his way over, and I believe, is that B.J. Tucker that got in on that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, here we go. No, it's underneath. It's underneath. That's Mark Roman and Chad Brown. They were in there. They were the 2 safeties. And now they rotate those safeties around, and they take out Tony Parrish, because Tony's more of your thumper guy. He's more of your running 8-man-in-the-box type of safety.
Got a 36-yard field goal attempt from the guy who established a record last year. Neil Rackers nailed 40 of them a season ago. On the right hash, the Arizona lead increases to 24-14. Now, Fox's football coverage doesn't end when the games are over. Afterwards, stick around to the OT. Live from Jacksonville, where Joe Buck, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy bring you exclusive interviews, analysis, extended highlights, and a look ahead to next week's action. It's the OT Not the OC. Get it? It's the OT after the game on Fox, presented by Lowe's.
Well, this scoring keeps up the pace that's been kept going so far. We may have OT right here.
Been a lot of offense to talk about. Warner is 11 out of 15, 154 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Young Alex Smith, remember, he was the second youngest player in the league last year. He is 7 out of 10, 102 yards and a touchdown. Again, Gore with a pretty big start to his day. He's up to 50 yards now, a long of 39. And Edgerrin James, yeah, he's got the touchdown, but only 22 yards on 12 carries.
And I think a lot of that has to do still with the offensive line learning to gel. I mean, all the way through the preseason, all of a sudden, you know, Ross isn't going to be there. Oliver Ross is starting right tackle, and they have to go out and find a right tackle off the street to come in and try to gel in a week. Offensive lines don't work that way.
Maurice Hicks from the 3. Hicks still going past the 30, near the 35-yard line. James Darling, veteran, came over to knock him down. Going back to Fitzgerald operating against Shawntae Spencer too. Very interesting to hear what Shawntae was talking about yesterday. He said he got off the plane, got a phone call from his brother. Said, you know, it's a bully that you're up against with Bolden and Fitzgerald. You gotta pop a bully in the mouth.
Well, yeah, I mean, Shawntae Spencer knows the capabilities of a Larry Fitzgerald, and he knows he's going to be outmanned and outmatched athletically. But that doesn't mean you back down, and he's got to take the fight to him, and he's been doing a good job. He's been there almost at every play.
Gore is crushed by Gerald Hayes, who's already contributed with a fumble recovery today.
Gerald Hayes?
Pitt guy, yeah. You guys are everywhere.
We won't leave.
Spencer, Fitzgerald,
or watch the way he reads. Now, linebacker, this is Gerald Hayes. He has a knock. He has a knack for making the knock. Listen. And as a linebacker, a tackling linebacker in the middle there, the ability to flow and close a hole through traffic is what determines whether you're good or not in the middle. Gerald Hayes has a knack for it.
2nd and 11. Smith unloads. What a hit. Ball comes loose. Incomplete pass. Eric Johnson absolutely clobbered by Eric Green.
Hello, my little friend.
And woozily, Eric Johnson off the field. Eric Green, who picked Alex Smith in the final minute in San Francisco last year to seal a victory for Arizona. Bringing up 3rd and 11.
That'll knock the slobber right out of your nostril.
Got to get the ball to the 45.
Blitz.
Smith looking. I think he's out of bounds.
He was. Good call.
Anyway. The flag comes down.
No, you know I think they're going to get it on? I think they're going to get roughing the passer out of bounds and not the
Dockett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smith had a foot out of bounds when he threw the ball.
Sure he did. The ball should be spotted actually at about the 27-yard line is where his foot went out of bounds, I believe, before he threw the football. And that's where the play ends. Now we'll see if the side judge here picked it up, because he did go over and confer with Ed Hockley.
After the quarterback was out of bounds, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 90.
That's a tough one, though, right? Because Darnell Dockett can't see what we're seeing from up here. Is that foot is a few inches out of bounds.
Well, right at about the 27, he's going to step out. Well, maybe he wasn't. It wasn't out of bounds. His foot was in bounds.
That right one I thought might have been on the line. Can't tell from that angle.
It looked like it from up here, because I was right there with you on it. It certainly looked like it from here. But on that first angle, it looked like he was tucked in pretty tight there. Regardless of where it should have been, the play should have ended, regardless, it was roughing the passer.
Eric Johnson, by the way, back 1st and 10 near midfield. 3:39 left first half. Hicks is the man in the backfield instead of Gore. After the pump fake. Down the sidelines, incomplete. Antonio Bryant. You know, 1 year into Eli Manning's career, the Giants went out, got Eli Manning, Plaxico Burress as a downfield threat. That worked very well. I think the Niners kind of see Bryant as their Plaxico.
We're talking to Alex Smith, and through the preseason, 49ers fans have definitely seen the chemistry between Antonio Bryant and Alex Smith. And talking to Alex Smith about it, he said the big part of it was, he said, hey, you know, last year I was in school in March, you know? Right. I had to finish up school before I could go to training camp, and that's the rules of the NCAA. Now, with this year, he said, February, I'm out here throwing routes in March to Antonio Bryant. That's where chemistry begins.
Flags fly.
12 start offense, number 69, 5-yard penalty at second down.
That is Tony Raggi in for the injured Larry Allen. Again, what we heard about Allen from early in that first quarter is a sprained knee. That is among the gifts that Alex Smith was given, I think, when you take it and look at it, how do you make Alex Smith better? You bring in a Larry Allen, you give him a downfield threat like Bryant. I would say a mentor and quarterback's a plus too, right? And Trent Dilfer.
Well, all those things help, but I think the biggest thing that's going to help him is the offensive coordinator, North Turner. All those things are definitely an addition, a plus to help out the development of the young quarterback. North Turner is going to cap it all off.
Spinning free, there's Gore. Knifes his way past the 50, inside the 50 down to the 47-yard line. Yeah, North Turner coming across the bay essentially, trading one 4-12 football team for another. Was a coach of the Raiders, now running the offense here for the 49ers.
You know what the great thing about that is, though?
What's that?
You don't got to sell and buy a new house. Huh? They kept the same house.
New challenge, though. Trying to make the kind of difference in Smith's development that he made with Troy Aikman's development in Dallas. Nickel coverage here, 3rd and 7. Smith with time underneath, incomplete. Trying to dump it down to Gore, and I guess nothing was opening for him downfield.
Well, it wasn't. There's some good coverage downfield, and there was some good pass protection up front, too. Alex Smith had all day in the pocket to sit and wait. And, you know, when you're learning the offense as a young guy, there's a quarterback clock in your mind. It says, you know what, I'm already out of time. I've had it long enough. Let me get rid of it to the check down. But where he will learn, the things he will learn, are what Kurt Warner's doing, buying time and extending a play for your receivers. There was nobody within earshot of him rushing the passer.
Walters under a rainbow of a punt, only a 24-yarder though. And 24-14 indeed our score. 2:36 to go before the half. Kurt Warner 11 out of 15 is thrown for a couple of scores. Now Kurt Warner has a history of strong opening weekends, Bill. 6 years ago, 440 yards. Rams against the Broncos. That was an opening week 1 game today, Rams and Broncos. All the updates on the scores coming up at a halftime. Here's a quarterback comparison today, the kid and the veteran.
Well, yeah, I think that the numbers are the numbers. They're not too bad. They're not overly great. Relatively good in the fact that there's no interceptions. You have to be happy with that. I think the difference between the two is just what I just stated previously. Kurt Warner has extended plays for his team, and 2 of them turned into touchdowns.
Warner will hand it off. Edger and James hit hard at the 27-yard line. And again, James, a guy with already, Bill, 49 career 100-yard rushing games in a 7-year career. Cardinals had none of those games last year.
Not the Cardinals. This is a continuation of training camp for them because they're not behind. They're just running the 2-minute offense.
Underneath, Edger and James has to get to the 34-yard line to move the chains. They'll let it drip on down to the 2-minute warning here. And as they break in the new stadium, there have been some offensive fireworks to accompany that. 24-14.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Visa. Go on, live life. And remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
Life takes ambition. Life takes luck. It takes determination. takes confidence, respect, and talent. Life takes joy and spontaneity. It also takes a little help. That's where we come in. So go on, live life, and remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
So DirecTV's got this super fan business that lets you watch 8 NFL games on one screen. If I watch all the games on Sunday, what am I going to read about in the John on Monday?
8 NFL games on one screen. Game mix from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
What I love about Star Wars is it brings the whole family together.
I would love to be a Luke.
Yoda.
Princess Leia, sometimes I even wear my hair like her.
The Star Wars trilogy is now available on individual DVDs for a limited time only, September 12th.
Mom, can we please get a Wookiee?
It's here.
Come on, save yourself.
Okay, huddle up. Pate, take the mulch. Dad, grab a rake. I'll bring the bags and the petunias. Ready?
It's movie time, boys. Eli, you go popcorn. Butter, no salt. Peyton, you dim the lights. Not too dark, not too bright. I got dibs on the recliner.
Ready? Eggs, skillet, spatula. Ready?
Check it to pancakes. Pancakes!
Wear what the pros wear. Go to NFLshop.com for official NFL gear.
Coming up on the Visa halftime report, all the guys will get to the scores, the highlights from the first Sunday of the 2006 NFL season. Our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. Find out how your fantasy team is doing today. Have some Cardinals on your team. You're probably doing pretty well. 24-14, and they're trying to extend the drive here on 3rd and 3. Over the middle, they've got it done. Larry Fitzgerald, his 6th catch. Now for about 80 yards.
That's a fantasy player for you, if you want one. Still going to no huddle.
Larry Fitzgerald, when he was signed to that 6-year contract, he wasn't even old enough to drink champagne to celebrate that good fortune. He is 22 now. That ball tipped and incomplete with a minute 30 to go before the half. Josh Lewin with Bill Maas here in Phoenix, actually Glendale, Arizona, and we're still just kind of overwhelmed. I think a lot of these fans are overwhelmed too, Bill.
A little gas.
Exactly how incredible this place really is.
It's amazing. And like I said before, you talk about crowd noise from the Arizona Cardinals, unheard of until now. And talking to each and every player on the Cardinals roster, they all said the same thing. We finally now feel like an NFL team.
Opponents will have to pipe in crowd noise now, getting ready to come to Phoenix. That hasn't happened. Flinging it out. There is the edge. Edgerrin James dancing out at the 46. A flag, 2 flags down.
Another unnecessary roughness call, I believe.
Been a laundry-filled first half here. Arizona flagged by far for the most personal foul penalties in the league last year. The 49ers have picked one up today.
Illegal block in the back, offense number 81. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
Bolden, who's being widely credited with helping to get Edgerrin James recruited to come here in the first place.
There's a shot right there. You try to get in front of the shoulder pads to get a piece of the guy. And Anquan Bolden is a guy who takes a lot of pride in his blocking. He takes as much pride in blocking as he does his receptions.
He is so physical. Right there, a little too physical. 4 receivers set, 1:23 to go before the half. Warner tugged by the back of the jersey, and the ball is loose, incomplete.
Thrown with the left hand. Did you see that?
He had to. He was being completely restricted by Moore.
Well, we're going to see a flag out here, too, as well. His arm is being pulled back by the jersey, and I believe he...
Intentional grounding.
It's his left hand.
Number 13.
They're calling grounding for that.
Yeah.
Warner races up
Ball
to
is
state his
placed
case.
at the 10-yard penalty and a loss of down.
Well, I'm not so sure if Ed saw the ball in the left hand. There was a receiver.
By rule, when a quarterback throws a pass in an unnatural motion that occurred there, it has to hit the player. Or it's
I guess when you throw with your left hand and you're right-handed, that's unnatural motion.
It's an unnatural motion. Ed's right by rule. He's right by rule. If you take a look at the play, though, you can see where the back slipped out and was in the vicinity, up about 5 or 6 yards. Problem was, there just wasn't enough oomph in that left hand to Kurt Warner to get the ball up there to it. Sometimes you need that oomph, you know?
You need, yeah.
A little oomph. And then sometimes guys take the oomph out of you, too.
Well, the 49ers had Rumpf, if that helps. They traded him to the Redskins. That's a different guy.
Rumpf is different than oomph.
Oh. Learning as I go. Mike Nolan pacing those sidelines. His team down by 10. But right now they've got the Arizona Cardinals pinned at 3rd and 24. The first down make is midfield.
You don't draw too many plays up for 3rd and 24. But they have wide receivers that can get it for you.
I was going to say, if ever there was a team that could do it, you're looking at it. Warner dropped. And it would have been a little bit short anyway, but that's the second drop today for the very sure-handed Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, I'm not so sure Larry thought that ball wasn't going to get intercepted.
Yeah.
He had a lot of traffic he was looking back into on the route of that pass. Here's Larry. Larry's going to be up top. Watch him come looking back underneath here.
He probably was screened. You're right.
How much for the extra shot there? Something about a curtain quarterback. You just want to get that little elbow flipper going.
A little oomph.
Little oomph. That's the oomph.
Well, there's some oomph on player, the punter. He was run into. I do not see a flag. Arnaz Battle receiving the punt.
There was no running into the punter. The punter was hit by his own player.
There you have it. Ed Hockley explains it.
Who has a face mask like that? Huh?
Everybody from 1946.
You're exactly right. You're not allowed to wear those face masks in the NFL, but he is grandfathered in because he had that face mask and wore that face mask before they made the change.
Darrell Blackstock, his teammate, is the one that ended up.
You know what's funny
his hip.
Is that face mask is down when he punts because he doesn't like to see anything. He likes to see the ball fall out of his hand and hit his foot. But when he runs down, if the receiver, the punt returner, breaks loose a little bit, he'll pull that face mask up and start his pursuit of the runner.
Now remember, the 49ers are out of timeouts. They've got 1:05 with which to work. And they're down by 10. Out of bounds at the 43 is Arnaz Battle. And the clock stops with 1 minute to go.
I can tell you right now from what I saw last year of Alex Smith play, this young kid's going to be impressive. I really believe that he's going to be a heck of a quarterback. Take out all the things that could happen to you, injuries and whatnot, all the other intangibles. Look at the head on his shoulders. He took timeouts when he needed to take timeouts, when he wasn't sure about the defense or wasn't sure about the personnel or the formation he had aligned him in. He's thrown the check down. He's gotten rid of the ball to the right receivers.
And there is Hicks, not Gore out of the backfield. That's Hicks for a first down make.
He's not necessarily looking for the big bomb down the field for accolades. He's taking the safe things. And that's why his numbers are good right now with no interceptions and a moderate, 120, 130 yards at halftime.
Well, you're talking about a guy, Bill, who needed only 2.5 years to complete his college degree. He was 20 when he was drafted, and last year at 21 was asked to move in for a 5-time Super Bowl champion franchise with a legacy of Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That's a lot to take on.
I don't think it's too much for him at all. You mentioned the mindset in which he has. You mentioned the cerebral content. You mentioned also the Dilfer bringing him in. You had Kent Dorsey and Cody Pickett last year, guys that are as young as he is.
Over the middle, incomplete, off the hand of Brian Gilmore. Pass it sailed on young Alex Smith.
Rule of thumb is in the NFL, if it hits your hands and you're a receiver, should have catch it. Should be a catch. Period.
Gilmore, who signed on at the recommendation of receivers coach Jerry Sullivan, who had him here in Arizona and in Miami, too. Got 3rd and 10 coming up. Got to get the ball to the 39 to move the chains here with 43 seconds left before the half. An exciting first half of football here. The first regular season game.
Listen to the crowd. They're on their feet.
Jerry Wilson, or rather Adrian Wilson, charging in there. And
heck of a rush. Heck of a rush.
Well, you know, you talk about the safety blitz. Troy Polamalu does not have a patent on that.
We got Jonas Jennings down now.
Larry Allen's already out, and now Jonas Jennings is down. Adrian Wilson, 8 sacks last year, an NFL record for a defensive back, and boy, he was coming hot.
Well, when we talked about earlier, we talked about losing Larry Allen. Offensive lineman, you know what's in front of you, but you never know what's behind you. He does not know that there's pressure from the backside of blitz. He does not know that Alex Smith is moving over and going to get thrown into the back of his legs.
Boy, Allen and Jennings now both have been felled by injuries here in the first half for San Francisco. The offensive line supposed to be a strength.
Well, it certainly was. And when Mike Nolan spoke of the offensive line through training camp, he spoke with it with a big smile on his face. He said, we're good. And now you take out 2 big guys like that, 2 integral parts of your offensive line. One loss in the offensive line can be devastating. I don't think you have to look any further than in Kansas City with a Willie Roaf.
Yeah.
You know, that could be devastating. 2 starters out.
From the same side, too.
Yeah.
Left tackle and left guard are both on the sidelines now. The punt rolling forward. Again, coming up at a halftime, we will get you up to speed on everything going on around the league today. A lot of interesting games from the early games today. And now, well, you got Arizona with 26 seconds left here. A couple of timeouts, but they're all the way back close to their 10-yard line.
You run the clock out. You know, you don't take any chances here.
No.
You know, no sense in throwing deep. You just run the clock out. San Francisco's out of timeout. You run the clock out, possibly take a knee, get into halftime. Get you a new jersey, a new T-shirt.
Get the ball back, too.
Suck on an orange. Oh. Yeah, a little Gatorade.
Right ankle sprain, we're told, for Jonas Jennings. And, yeah, Arizona content here.
That'll do it.
At 24-14, breaking in the new digs. And they had 21 points in the first quarter alone. Pretty successful way to get it going. Smile, Denny. Your team's up 10. End of the first half. Cardinals 24, the 49ers 14. The Visa halftime report is next after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.